So, I think the existence of the new Spyro game has been, well, kinda officially leaked. It's not pretty, but it is important, so, let's talk about it. What's up, guys? Canadian Guy here, and yeah, as you guys can tell and know about the channel, I've been talking a lot about Spyro and the existence of a brand new project being currently in development. And honestly, I get it. A lot of people are tired. Some people are tired of hearing about it. Some people want more information sooner, and some, for some reason, still don't believe that it's even true. But today, I bring you what I like to call the final nail in the coffin, the straw that broke the camel's back, the gem that broke money bags, whatever, you get the point. What I'm trying to say is that this video is for those who insisted that Toys for Bob's current project isn't Spyro, because we got a strong new piece of information, which shout out to Waff over on Twitter for catching this, because I completely missed it. LinkedIn is an interesting place. If you could equate LinkedIn to anything, it would be like drinking cold coffee from a styrofoam cup. Having said that, even though I joke on LinkedIn, it has been a really interesting source to find little bits and pieces of information about projects that people are working on. And today is no different. Meet Donald Yatami. And he was a senior concept artist that worked at Toys for Bob. And beforehand, I want to make a big note here. He worked for many years at Bend and PlayStation on Days Gone and other projects. When you scroll down to his profile and look at his experience at Toys for Bob, it shows that he worked there from August 2022 to March 2024. Want to know what's listed under what he has worked on? Call of Duty and Spyro. Yep. That's all it says. That's it. Call of Duty and Spyro. It's simple, clean, and anticlimactic. And it really, that's what it says. I can't, that's literally all it says. Now, I already know there are going to be a bunch of people throwing mud and bad comments at me. So before you pick up that mud, let me just say a few words, all right? No, this is not referring to Spyro Reignited, because he was hired in 2022. 4 years after Spyro Reignited was released. No, this is not referring to Crash Team Rumble, as he would have simply put Crash Team Rumble as the experience. I know, but Spyro was in Crash Team Rumble Season 3. Yes, I know, I get it. But he is a senior concept artist, and that content launched in December of 2023, and he worked until March 2024. And concept art is done months before the project and or DLC or content or whatever you want to call it is actually physically released. So it was all done way before then. Also, Toys for Bob was sadly working on Call of Duty after Crash Bandicoot 4 had launched, and he was initially hired specifically for that. However, leading into the end of his tenure, he seemingly had shifted to working on Toys for Bob's current title, the brand new Spyro game. But wait, there's a bit more of an explanation. See, if we go back to January 2024, there was a mass amount of employees laid off from Toys for Bob as they were preparing to become an independent studio. But Donald didn't leave until March, about 3 months later. Why keep a concept artist for 3 extra months, paying them well, when the only thing left for Rumble was a battle pass full of unreleased and recycled content? You don't. Additionally, when you expand his profile, you can see that one of his specializations is actually pre-visualization, or previs. Previs is used in the very, very early concepting phase of development. The likelihood is that Donald had stayed on to at least help Toys for Bob pitch and or sell the game's idea to Xbox. He essentially helped draw the vision of the game. Xbox said yes, and his contract was most likely up at that point. This also lines up with Tony Shad's, a previous gameplay designer at Toys for Bob, LinkedIn profile, as it showed that Toys for Bob was working on an unannounced project in December 2023, when I had reported that Spyro 4 had gone into development. Also, Toby's profile shows that work on Crash Team Rumble had ended in December 2023, but Donald left in March 2024. What do you think he was doing from December to March? Twiddling his thumbs and doing the hula? What if it was a canceled Spyro project before Xbox took over? No, because Xbox took over officially in October 2023. 2 months before this unannounced project had started development. The timing makes zero sense. If anything, it suggests that there was a sweetheart deal made between Xbox and Toys for Bob. Toys for Bob goes indie and makes a brand new Spyro entry while they're at it. Look, it's as plain as a nose on your face. It says Spyro, literally. That's it. And the dates literally make it impossible for it to be anything else that Toys for Bob is currently working on. That's before you add these comments about the Xbox partnership, Matt Booty's comments, my reports, leaks, Paul Yan's hints, subtle teases, and a purple partridge in a pear tree. For some of you, this is a video that spoke the glaringly obvious, but I really just want to hammer it home so that people can understand who are still doubting even now. Toys for Bob is currently working on a new Spyro project. Take all of my speculation, take all my theories, take everything out the window and just look at this video. If you can't see it at this point, I'm sorry. I don't know how else to spell it out to you. Outside of a critical, massive disaster, we will be seeing Spyro make a comeback from Toys for Bob. Now, when are we going to see that? Well, hopefully sometime soon. And I have a bunch of videos going over that where I think that we could probably see it sometime in 2026. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.